Welcome to another episode of Breaking Bank. Your host, John McCaig with LibertyAid.org. Thank you for that quick email response, Ingrid, from the Q&A that I just did recently about the original note. And now you have another thing you wrote back. So I want to deal with that, all right? Because she wrote back right after I made that video. Thank you, Ingrid. And she writes, "Thank you, Jack, for the great confidence in me. I just found this great AffIdavit example. What has been done to us over time. Maybe you already know all this, but was an eye-opener for me." Affidavits are 100% useless. I never read them. And I read a little bit of that one, and people want to explain what's going on out there and in the world, in legally and so on. So they write an affidavit. Oh, so that just proves what? Nothing. They just write something down. It's just a story. Who writes stories that are widely distributed in hell? Who does that? Only Satanists, Freemasons. They're the ones that write them. They're the ones that distribute them widely. So if you're getting something like, "Oh, I found this thing on the internet or through the email or something like that. Wow, this looks really good." It's a lie and a hoax. Always. It always is. It will never, there's never an exception to that absolute rule. Okay? Except for if someone is like myself, who has the proof. And proof in many forms. When I found the In God We Trust, it just didn't just say, "Oh, look, I found it." Then I followed it up, found it at Secretary of State, and so on. Then I found another trust that matches it, how you can operate it in commerce. I beat the banks. I beat them over and over and over and over and over again for years. And I help others do it. Right? And I have proof that I do it. So why would someone write an affidavit? Why would they do that? And if it's about God and stuff, which it is, why don't they do something about that? Why? Why are they so feverish to write something down? Because it's a lie. Because anyone with God doesn't have fear. They're not a coward. They know they're under God's authority and they can't be touched, and so they go forward. Okay? So what is that individual doing with some affidavit? Nothing. It's not enforceable, doesn't do anything, it doesn't relate to anything, doesn't have any practical application, and it's not even true. So it's completely useless. So I don't read that internet nonsense about stuff that someone hasn't done anything with, okay? I mean, it's just complete hogwash. And it's always only about one thing: your actions and outcomes. I don't need to hear anybody's story about anything. Not ever. Okay? I don't want to ever hear anyone's story about anything. What did you do yourself? And show me the proof. If not, I don't really like to speak to people about anything. Not anything other than that. Not anything. Like, I go to the store, I have to speak to them. I'm buying something, whatever, right? I will speak to somebody if I run into them or whatever, but what I like to speak about, the only thing is proof. Proof of your outcome. You did something. Okay, otherwise I'm busy, yeah? I am busy. So sending me affidavits takes away time from, like, my work, which is in truth, okay? So I don't do that. Unless someone has an outcome, and please, y'all are out there, okay? I've been searching for a decade straight every day. I have never once found anyone with proof of doing this work. They say, "Oh, I have a method," or whatever. "I know something," whatever. And then I said, "Okay, well, what have you done with that? What is the proof? Where does that go? What have you done?" I've never found a single human being with proof in a decade of looking. Do you understand? Not ever, not once. As my full-time occupation, I've never found it in human history. Okay? So please don't send affidavits, but please keep up that great work asking for their proof. Because if you had been like, hey, where's your proof this thing worked or it's true, it would overcome them. See, it's only always about being in truth. Oh, great. Do you have a identification? Do you have a photo ID that goes with that affidavit? Who are you? No, why not? I give out mine all the time. Passport, ID, everything. Address, everything on everything. If I don't see all of that, if I see a redacted document, coward, don't want to see it. It's not proof. Don't ever send me redacted documents. I don't ever want to see that. Don't send me one document. Send me a process. This is what happened. A video is a good way to do that. YouTube's free. Okay? I've never seen it in human history. Not ever. So it would be like, finding the Holy Grail. If you find someone that has ever done work like I've done, it really is like finding the Holy Grail. I've never seen it. Like, I'd love to see it. Ever. I've never. I would love to. So please send me things with that. You have no idea how interested in that I am. So keep up the hunt out there, Ingrid, and send me those kind of things. Okay. Keep up the great work. Thanks for staying connected. And everyone out there, every debt by every bank is collected illegally. And everyone that runs it, like the Freemasons, they're running everything, right? They're all cross-dressers, right? You can call them trannies, transvestite, cross-dressers, whatever term is socially acceptable to you. But you're their slave. You literally are their slave, a cross-dresser slave. You are. I got all the proof. So that's why I laugh at you all who don't do this work. You're a cross-dresser slave. You know what I mean? What is that? You're like the sub in a BDSM for a tranny. That's your life, okay? And you accept it. And when you're ready to not accept that anymore, you get in touch. liberty8.org, all right? Or write any questions, contact at liberty8.org. Thank you, Ingrid, for your questions. Despite, I'm very forceful and passionate about my truth and answers. Please, you be too. Ask for proof. An affidavit. I mean, please, right? All right, love it though. All right, liberty8.org. Thank you. God bless your success.